From jumbo shrimp baskets or fish and chips to fish tacos, there's something for everyone. You'll love the bold, fresh flavors of seafood at Amigos. Amigos is serving up a brand new way to score the bold, fresh flavors you love with 8 affordable value meals. At $5 and $6, these meals are easy on the wallet, so treat yourself anytime. Sink into the new 3-cheese melt or taco melt, both stacked with crave-worthy flavor in every bite. There's crunchy taquito dippers, too, perfect for dunking in Amigos' famous ranch or spicy cheese. Big flavor, small price. Value meals at Amigos.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the day with patchy fog. It'll be breezy, an afternoon high around 69. Tonight, a continued chance of showers and storms, the low around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy and cooler, the high near 53. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
I am Harrison Arns, producer of Ticket Weeknights and Weekends right here at 93.7 The Ticket. My favorite things to do in downtown Lincoln are checking out all the local sports events, whether it's basketball, football, volleyball, or even Lincoln Stars hockey. I enjoy it all because I get to experience one of the best sports communities in the country.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966. For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
The wait is over. It's Truck Month at Anderson Ford, which means big selection and even bigger savings on Ford F-150s. Like lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for only $195 per month. The truck that's built to work hard and play hard. Another reason you'll experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008409. Previous service letter. $195 per month for 36 months, 7,500 miles per year, 8,500 with tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your lake and forecast for today: showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the day with patchy fog. It'll be breezy, an afternoon high around 69. Tonight, a continued chance of showers and storms, the low around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy and cooler, the high near 53. I'm meteorologist Kyle Butler for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 12th annual Street Festival. The party goes all weekend long, but starts on March 14th and 15th with tons of giveaways, great Irish food, and green beer. And it continues on Tuesday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday, and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And the street party starts at 2 p.m. all 3 days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's Irish Pub, located at 8th and P.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Welcome into a presentation of high school girls state basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Girls state basketball on The Ticket is presented by Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Concordia University, Nest 529 Direct Plan, Peru State College, General Excavating, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Doane University, Play It Again Sports, Sunbelt Rentals, the Nebraska Army National Guard, Big Ten Sports Bar, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, and Jimmy John's. Now calling all the action, here is Nick Sainert.
Welcome in Class C1 state semifinal action here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Austin Orman and Jay Foreman with you for this matchup between number 3 seed Malcolm and number 7 seed Fort Calhoun. Starters getting introduced right now. Big thank you to all the sponsors making all our coverage possible. Jay Foreman, these are two teams that have won a bunch of games this year, entering the state tournament, a combined record of 49-3. Malcolm's made some waves for some state championships in other sports, been a really consistently dominant program, across all its programs here in Class C1. But yesterday, it was maybe the upset of the state tournament so far. Number 7 seed Fort Calhoun knocking off two-time defending state champion and 2 seed entering the tournament, Lincoln Christian.
Yeah, they came in with physicality, and obviously it was sealed by a big layup by Ray, and then a defensive stop on the other end. And then when you look at Malcolm, it's the Dolliver sisters, man. They are unstoppable, and so it's going to be, a battle of wills. Can Calhoun, continue the momentum, or can Malcolm continue their dominance on the offensive end?
Let's look at some of those key players. You mentioned the Dolliver sisters for Malcolm. Hallie Dolliver, the second leading scorer on the team. She's a 5'10 guard, scored 458 points, pulled down 302 boards this year. Her younger sister, Peyton Dolliver, 5'11 guard, is a sophomore. She's the leading scorer on the team, 505 points, 194 rebounds, and 82 assists. The 82 assists, second on the team behind her older sister, Hallie. Jay, when you have a team like Malcolm that is so top heavy, right? You think about two dominant players at the top of the scoring column. What's the game plan for Fort Calhoun to maybe slow them down?
Yeah, you got to get them off their spots, and you always have to know where they're at. And what I think is everybody plays off of them, and I think they're more willing passers, but they've been so dominant because they play so well together. They're very, very cohesive. Obviously, two sisters know each other very well, but they're tall and they're athletic, and so they're a matchup problem if you don't have the same type of body type to guard them.
On the flip side for Fort Calhoun, they're led in scoring by Ansley Ellefson. She also leads them in rebounds, is second in assists. Rayanne Massey, second in scoring, third in rebounds, and leads the team in assists. Certainly more balanced up and down the lineup for Fort Calhoun. If you're Malcolm, who are you keying in on?
Well, that's tough. I mean, I think you got to come out here and maybe focus on Massey a little bit, because obviously she's going to be controlling everything from the top of the key. But I think since they have complementary scoring, you're going to have to really see who starts off fast.
Starting lineups for Fort Calhoun, it'll be Ari Nelson, Rayanne Massey, Ella Bauman, Maylee Nelson, and Ansley Ellefson. It's Kenna Wilcox, Blair Duzick, Peyton Dolliver, Lena Schmidt, and Hallie Dolliver for Malcolm. Clippers win the tip. Kenna Wilcox into the front court, gets it left slot now to Hallie Dolliver, skips it back to Wilcox, looks down low to the cutting. Duzick doesn't get it there. Peyton Dolliver, shot fake and drive from the left slot. It's over to Wilcox, takes a couple dribbles, now finds Schmidt. One dribble right, sets a pick. There's Duzick, right to left. Hallie Dolliver lined up a deep three, doesn't take it. Instead, she'll drive, kick it to her sister Peyton. That one short. Rebound controlled by Ellefson. Long pass ahead, intercepted by Duzick. So back the other way come the Clippers. Ellefson throws it away.
Well, Austin, you saw that right there. You've seen the game plan of Fort Calhoun. They're going to try to get up and down the court because they're facing 3, 5'11" or taller young ladies. They're not going to be able to get to the paint and make hay.
Hallie Dolliver gets on the board first with a mid-range jumper. Malcolm takes an early 2-0 lead. Here's Massey with the ball, gets it over to Nelson. Nelson looks up top, swings it over to Nelson. Now over to Bauman, who gets it down low. Nelson up and no good with the left. Rebound controlled, Hallie Dolliver.
Really good defense there by Malcolm. Steady, walled up, forcing Fort Calhoun into a contested 2.
Peyton Dolliver drives the lane. It ends up with a right wing kick out, 3 ball, no good out of the hand of Duzick. That's an air ball headed to the Pioneer side of the court.
You know, with Malcolm, you were talking about, obviously, the Dolliver sisters, obviously, they're at the top of the line, but don't sleep on Schmidt because she's 5'11" as well, and she can hit open threes. She plays her role really well, but in the game, if they're struggling a little bit, look for her to step up.
Here's Bauman with it on the right wing. She drives. Driving lane, no good. Around and out. Rebound controlled Peyton Dolliver. She's pushing the pace. No one stopping the ball. All the way to the cup. Dolliver with a step through. One step too many, Jen.
Yeah, you know what? When they get home tonight, Peyton and Haley are going to have a conversation. Haley did a good job of running the floor. She wanted an easy 2. Peyton wanted to try to get the Euro step. Probably a little bit too much Euro in that step.
A little too much Euro in that step, indeed. 2-0 Malcolm. 2 minutes into the C1 semifinal. With it is Massey over to Ellefson. Ellefson stares down the rim for a while, lines up a 3, no good. Rebound controlled by number 20 on Malcolm. That's a rebound for Schmidt. Draws some contact, headed back to the Clippers.
Good, strong rebound in between two Fort Calhoun offensive players by Schmidt. Now you see some extended pressure. So how do you offset if you're at a height disadvantage? You got to extend the pressure, speed them up or slow them down so they can't get in their offense. And if they do, it's late in the shot clock.
Wilcox handling the ball all on her own. Now she gets swarmed by a couple of Pioneers. Tries to get it back to Dolliver, who saves it. Scrum for the ball right in front of us. Last touch by Duzick. This one is going Fort Calhoun's way. The pressure works.
Yep. That's what Fort Calhoun did. They sped up Lincoln Christian enough yesterday, even though everybody was talking about the amount of fouls. They sped them up and got them off kilter. They're going to try to do the same thing here against Malcolm.
Ellefson inbounds it to Massey. Crosses the timeline into the front court. Man-to-man defense both ways so far. Ellefson guarded by Dolliver. There's maybe the matchup of the day. Now it's Nelson. Top of the key over now to Hallberg. Hallberg checks Ellefson instead. Now it swings all the way around to Nelson. Drives baseline through contact. Up. Shot no good. Back rim. Rebound controlled by Malcolm. Another foul on a rebound from Fort Calhoun. Jay, that's 2 in the last 2 possessions.
Yeah, you know, I'd like you to be aggressive, but you don't want to have a team like Malcolm early into the penalty. So really good rebound there by Peyton Dolliver. 2 hands high and then chinned it. Now we have Rayan, obviously the hero yesterday. We're going to see if it changes the way that Fort Calhoun plays.
Middle inbound. It is Duzick with the ball. She's going to take it across the timeline herself. She's swarmed by 3 Pioneers, but gets it out to Hallie Dolliver in attack mode. Extra pass goes out to Wilcox. Lines up a 3 and knocks it home. 5-0 Malcolm on a 3 from Wilcox.
Dolliver sisters. They got some good counterparts there. Big 3 there from the wing. opening up this game a little bit here in the first quarter.
Massey chooses to go left off a couple picks. Now it's a skip over to Nelson, right in front of the Malcolm bench, over to Ellefson. Ellefson taking it herself to the cup. A little bit of a shoulder, no good. Ellefson follows her own shot, puts it up and in. Fort Calhoun on the board.
Really good play there by Ellefson. She had the right-hand drive, followed her missed shot, big physical rebound, easy 2 points there.
Allie Dolliver snatches some ankles on the press break. Good hands on the control there by Wilcox, who takes it to the lane. Corner skip here now. Peyton Dolliver splits some defenders through contact. Peyton Dolliver headed to the free throw line after a foul.
Really good job. He had the defender in a negative closeout, got to the left-hand drive, 2 feet in the paint, drew the foul. Really good drive there by Peyton.
That's 3 times here in the first 3 minutes and change, Jay, that Peyton Dolliver has been in attack mode, getting 2 feet in the paint.
Well, look, when you have your older sister out there, I think you better get going because they're trying to win a championship. But I like the way they play. Obviously, the Dolliver sisters, with everybody, obviously they're great scorers. They're great all-around players. But when you got Schmidt and company, you see why they're here, and they only lost 1 game. They play well with each other. They play off each other. You really can't focus on the Dolliver sisters. That's what makes them so good.
Peyton Dolliver, 2 of 2 at the free throw line, 7-2. Malcolm regains its 5-point advantage. Of course, that 1 game that Malcolm lost ended up a 2-point decision to Milford. There we have a foul called on the floor as Hallberg drove the lane down the right side. First team foul of the quarter now for Malcolm with the baseline out of bounds for Fort Calhoun.
When you talk about Milford in the 2-point game, the height disadvantage that most teams have against them, but when you think you're able to bring Laurel Johnson off the bench at 6'2", and you got 3 5'11" players, there is no height disadvantage for Malcolm.
Scrum for the ball off the baseline, out of bounds. Tough finish through traffic for Duzick. Timeout, Fort Calhoun. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Be right back here to the C1 semis on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm telling you.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's 9-2. Malcolm leading Fort Calhoun out of the Pioneers timeout. Blair Duzick just followed through on a heck of a finish in transition, open up the 7-point lead. Fort Calhoun has the ball right in front of us with it. It's Nelson. Nelson now swings it over to Rayanne Massey. Gets it to Ellefson, who drives, working on Hallie Dolliver. Ellefson all the way into the paint. Can't get the roll on the righty hook. Rebound controlled by Peyton Dolliver. Malcolm's got numbers ahead. Dolliver quickly into the front court, taking it all the way herself with the right hand up and in on the left side.
Coast to coast, city to city, shoreline. Dolliver Peyton is awful aggressive here in the first quarter.
Setting the tone for Malcolm as Duzick nearly had a steal. Instead, we get a blocking foul on Wilcox as Massey drove the lane. She'll head to the free throw line for a pair.
It was initially a good job there by Duzick trying to get the steal. Didn't get the foul, but set her teammate up for being in for the shooting foul. So let's see if Fort Calhoun can kind of inch back into this game at the free throw line while the clock is stopped.
First free throw by Massey, long, no good, stays 11-2. That's how you're going to get back in this game, Jay. If you're Fort Calhoun, make the free throw, set up your pressure, see if you can convince Malcolm's small guards to dribble into traps, use those long arms, and get takeaways with deflection.
After the first 2 points, I felt like the ball handling issues is what Fort Calhoun wants to play on. Let's see if they start to wear them down. You might be down, but going into the halftime or going in early in the second quarter, you might see the momentum shift. But I'm going to say this, Fort Calhoun coming off a huge victory yesterday. Emotional. It's hard to duplicate that. They'll catch their second win here pretty soon.
Especially playing the early game here.
Yeah.
Malcolm handles the pressure, no problem. Into the lane with it is Duzick, kicks it out to Wilcox. Now she drives the lane, takes the mid-range off the side of the backcourt. Rebound controlled by Nelson. Now Fort Calhoun looking to push. Now numbers advantage. Malcolm hustles back in transition. Here's Ellefson, guarded by Hallie Dolliver. Goes right into her chest and gets whistled for a charge.
Good job there by Hallie Dolliver, getting her feet set, got 1 foot in the paint, walled up. Easy call there. I like the way that Ellefson is really aggressive. She's probably their best offensive player, but actually the most aggressive one right now. Foul that she probably wants back.
Absolutely wants that one back. Good job by Dolliver to reach that legal guarding position. Ellison lowered the shoulder just enough. Dolliver to Dolliver. Tough catch in traffic by Peyton, who now pushes the tempo with numbers. She goes right around Ray, like you said, yesterday's Heroes. Does not get the foul call on that end. Good defense by Ray, getting the Pioneers the ball back.
Really good job there by Ray. Got outside the halo, walled up, forced Dolliver to kind of contort her body. She couldn't get the shot up. She was actually underneath the hoop.
So back with it now is Fort Calhoun, trailing 11-3, about 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. All the way to the cup goes number 4, Bauman. No good. Rebound controlled in traffic by Peyton Dolliver. She's swarmed by 3 Pioneers, throws it right to Ray. Ray takes it away, puts it in for 2.
The recipe for success, a little bit of pressure, calls them to get an easy turnover, 2 point for Ray. Fort Calhoun is on the comeback.
Now Hallie Dolliver almost had it stripped, but she's into the front court. Her sister Peyton has it. Sister to sister. Now Hallie works left, spins back right. Mid-range jumper off and long. Box out there by Nelson. She controls, gets it over to Bauman. Bauman long pass ahead to Massey. Massey working on Peyton Dolliver. Down low to Ray. Ray goes to work through some contact there from Johnson. No call. Dolliver, long pass ahead, nearly intercepted, but gets it to Peyton Dolliver. Add 2 more to the tally for Peyton Dolliver. She's got 6.
You know how many times they've done that in the front driveway? Sister to sister is a combination that is going to be hard to stop today.
With the ball now right in front of us is Bauman for Fort Calhoun. She dribbles right, knifes through the lane, gets it to the cutting Hallberg, who lines up a 3 after dribbling back out. Now with it is Wilcox. Wilcox dribbles to the coffin corner, but gets it to Peyton Dolliver in the middle of the floor. Dolliver down low, touch pass, good passing. Johnson, a layup, Jay. That's how you beat some pressure. Pass.
Right, a good job there by Schmidt. She could have shot it, but she gave it up to her teammate Johnson. Easy 2 points. Really good job there by Malcolm.
Into the lane goes Massey. She draws a foul. Will give her baseline out of bounds. Malcolm opens up a 10-point advantage. It's 15-5, about a minute and a half to go in the first quarter.
Fort Calhoun has got to bring it back. Allison tried to rest her a little bit. They're going to have to continue to increase their pressure to get that easy 2 points like they got for Ray. But as long as Malcolm's able to handle the ball, so it's going to really come down to Duzick and Wilcox be able to handle the pressure. Passes have to be on time and on target. No lollipop passes because Fort Calhoun is awful quick.
Massey set to inbound. Ray sets a screen for Ellison. She denies it. We'll screen the screener action. Massey looking down low for Ray, who loses the ball. It's in a scrum. Ray comes up with it, kicks it to Massey. Left corner 3, up and long. No good. Rebound controlled. Hallie Dolliver. Long outlet ahead is tipped by Nelson, but it ends up in the hands of Peyton Dolliver, who now has 8 early points.
Yeah, you know what? Callie doing a really good job, or Hallie doing a really good job of hitting Peyton. She's the bigger and faster one getting into that secondary break.
Ellison answers quickly. Nice spin move working on Hallie Dolliver.
Here comes the pressure. Let's see if they can break Malcolm a little bit.
Hallie Dolliver with it on the right side. Trap coming. She gets it over now to Duzick. Duzick's in the left slot. Lines up a 3 with a minute on the shot clock. Around and out. No good. Rebound controlled by Ellison. She'll take it up the court herself. Long skip pass over to Massey in the corner. Another 3 from the same spot. This one is good. Fort Calhoun with the 3.
Massey played big yesterday. Corner 3. She thought she had the one previous. Money that time.
Duzick quickly into the front court, and now an answer on a jumper by Laurel Johnson. That's a mid-ranger. Malcolm's lead back to 9 with 39 seconds to go here in the first quarter. A little too late to go 2 for 1. Massey's going to quickly drive and get it off the glass. 2 points, 19-12. Back and forth we go.
Well, now you're seeing why they were able to pull the upset yesterday. Fort Calhoun is starting to get cranked up. Sometimes when you got to get over the emotional high yesterday, you need a couple baskets to go in. This is about to pick up here, Austin.
There's another mid-range jumper from Johnson, so Malcolm does not hold for the final shot. It'll be the Pioneers with the last chance here in the first quarter. Massey with it. Shot clock off. Down to 7. Skip pass now goes to Nelson. Nelson lines up a 3. It's blocked by Dolliver. Still a scrum for the ball. Nelson can't get a second shot off, and that is how the first quarter comes to a close. Malcolm 21, Fort Calhoun 12 in the girls C1 state semifinals. Back in a minute for the second quarter on 93.7 The Ticket. Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
21-12, Malcolm leads Fort Calhoun. We enter the second quarter of play with the Pioneers getting the first possession. Here comes Massey. She's across the timeline. Gets a screen from Nelson, and now flare screen for Ellefson. Isolate her on the right wing. She drives on Dolliver. Skips it all the way across to Bauman. Bauman drives. Now it's with Massey. She'll fire away top of the key three, and she knocks that one down. Fort Calhoun back within 6.
Back-to-back threes for Massey and Fort Calhoun, keeping them in this game. She's starting to heat up here.
Duzick dribbles through some pressure, gets it to Hallie Dolliver. Now over to Wilcox. Wilcox on the left wing. Skip pass to Peyton Dolliver. She's got 8 early points. Into the lane again. Through some contact. Count it. And 1.
Yeah, Peyton Dolliver is getting busy early. I think Coach Pritchard might have thought they have a matchup advantage, and it's working out here. Look, Massey can hit a 3. Peyton Dolliver said, you know what? I'm going to try to get my own 3 the hard way. This game has really picked up. Started really slow. From the middle of the first quarter on, man, this is going to be pretty exciting.
Massey's knocked down 2 threes for Fort Calhoun here in the early going. The second one just got answered by Peyton Dolliver, who is now up to 11 of the 24 Clippers points. With it in front of us is Nelson. It's a miscommunication. Good snag of the errant pass by Bauman. Gets it over to Ellefson. She'll drive right now, guarded by Peyton Dolliver. Spins back to the left. Steps through, gets it over to Bauman. Bauman working on Wilcox. She'll kick it out. Nelson had an open 3, doesn't take it. She'll dribble into the mid-range jumper. Hallie Dolliver throws that one up for grabs. Her sister Peyton tracks it down. Works through some contact again. Can't get the finish, but for the second time in 2 trips, Peyton Dolliver at the free throw line.
You know, that's when you have the connection with your sister. Right then, she knows that Peyton is so much faster than the majority of people that they'll play. Rebound, kind of almost like the Joker does for the Nuggets. Just throws it out there on target too. Good finish. Now at the free throw line.
The Joker to Murray connection. We have the literal bloodline connection here, though, when you look at Hallie to Peyton Dolliver.
Yeah, we got half a bloodline up there in Denver via Lincoln. Then we got the true bloodline down here at PBA. But I think they play so well together. They know each other. It's hard to stop.
First free throw, no good. Dolliver knocks it down. The second lead back to 10 for the Clippers. Minute gone by here in the second quarter. It's 25-10. And Malcolm over Fort Calhoun. Malcolm, the 3 seed in C1. Fort Calhoun, the 7. With the ball in the right slot is Nelson. She gets it over to Bauman, looking down low to Nelson. Nelson tries to step through on Hallie Dolliver. Nothing doing. Dolliver with the block ahead and open again. This one intercepted. Good job hustling back in transition by Bauman. She controls it into the front court. Gets it over to Ellefson. Takes a deep 3. Dolliver more than content to let her shoot that one. Fight for the rebound. Pulled down by Schmidt. But no, Ellefson, a great read to get the steal, but she misses the layup. Now some contact as Duzick tried to get into the front court. It ends up with Wilcox. Skips it over to Dolliver. She's at the top of the key. Hallie to Peyton, now right wing. Peyton overhead pass to Duzick. Malcolm slows it up, 20 on the shot clock. Schmidt had the seal. Peyton Dolliver couldn't get it to her. Instead, the ball works around to Wilcox. Hallie Dolliver left open at the top of the key. Ellefson too late on the closeout. Hand down, man down.
Listen, you got two sisters that are very, very dominating in the scoring department, but they play 2 different games. That's why they're hard to stop. The drive of Peyton, the all-around game of Hallie.
Bauman lost it off her foot. Peyton Dolliver ahead in transition. She's a blur with the ball. Up through contact. No, it's blocked. Peyton Dolliver got her shot blocked. Fort Calhoun, no numbers the other way. Ellefson going to take it herself. That one blocked by Hallie Dolliver. Dueling blocks, and Peyton Dolliver ahead of the pack for 2 easy points.
It's just like clockwork. But one thing I will say is I like the unselfishness of both teams. And, you have 2 high scores. Sometimes they can get a little selfish. Egos going. No egos on either team. We're going to have a barn burner here.
30-15, Malcolm doubling up Fort Calhoun. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Timeout, Fort Calhoun will be back to PBA in 30 quick seconds.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first. Now is the time to get a glimpse into living and learning at Doane University through a personalized in-person or virtual visit. We know once you experience Doane, you'll see why it's a place where you can achieve your goals and shape your future. Schedule your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Girls Class C1 state semis here on 93.7 The Ticket. Austin Orman and Jay Foreman with you for this game. Nick Sainert, Tristan Gomez will be along for the ride at various points today as well. It's 30-15. Malcolm, Fort Calhoun set to inbound right in front of us. Ellison will key it in. She gets it to Massey to start the offense. Massey gets it ahead. Now it's with Nelson at the top of the key. Looking for Ellison here on the left wing right in front of us. Dribble handoff to Massey, working out on Dolliver with the left hand. Massey draws a foul on Dolliver. Got the hands extended a little low. Good job of Massey to get to the free throw line.
Really good job with the dribble handoff. Massey got downhill. Dolliver tried to wall up too much body, but Massey did a really good job of causing the contact. Now she's at the free throw line. Doing what, Austin? Trying to dig into this lead that Malcolm came out here early in the second half, second quarter.
Massey split her first trip to the free throw line. She's the leading scorer for the Pioneers with 9 early points. Has knocked down a pair of three-pointers. Receives the ball from our official, takes her 3 dribbles. High arcing free throw, up, down, no good. Rebound, though, in traffic by number 10, Nelson. Offensive rebound, tipped around. Massey gets back the miss. Layup up and good. 2 points left at the free throw line. Gets to 2 the hard way with the putback.
Yeah, good putback is the way to stick to it, and it's there by Massey.
Dolliver splits the trap to break the pressure. Hallie Dolliver now back to Peyton, left wing. Thought about a deep three, doesn't take it. Instead, it's over to Duzick. Now back to Wilcox right in front of the Fort Calhoun bench. Dump off down to Dolliver. She works with the right hand. She draws a foul on the other end.
That's what you go with. To stop the momentum, what do? You go back to one of your all-star players. Now it's Hallie Dolliver at the free throw line trying to do the same thing Massey was doing at the other. The one thing I've noticed, Austin, the last 3 or 4 years, teams, when you're either down or you're trying to extend the lead, you have to be money at the free throw line, right? Mm-hmm. Malcolm now is 5 of 6. Fort Calhoun is 1 of 4. Now it's really early in the game, but now you're down by 14 points. So moving forward, if you're going to get to the free throw line, if you're Fort Calhoun, you got to make those count.
And if you are Fort Calhoun, as Dolliver misses the second free throw short, despite maybe a size disadvantage, you need to be able to get downhill and get some of Malcolm's better players in foul trouble. Force them to guard you. Don't let them get away with you settling for threes. Massey attacks the paint. Her floater up, no good. That one tipped out of bounds. Ruled off of Fort Calhoun. Bunch of hands there in traffic. It is a Clipper basketball.
Yeah, you got to make those floaters a little bunnies. You can get downhill, get 2 feet in the paint, draw a foul, or kick it out for an open three. You can't just sit out there at the three-point line and just jack up threes and really succumb to the height differential.
Hallie Dolliver handles the ball. She's guarded by Nelson. Nifty crossover. Here comes a run and jump trap from Fort Calhoun. Dolliver handles it, no problem. Dangerous pass, but Wilcox end up with it. Driving to the left, gets it off to Johnson. Skip pass out to Dolliver. 3-pointer front rim, no good. Johnson just made some contact. Reach over Ray with the body a little bit. Good box out there by Isabel Ray, drawing the foul, getting the ball back to Fort Calhoun.
Good job of Fort Calhoun continuing along just to stay in the fight. And I know that they're trying to just wait for that spark because they went on a big run against Lincoln Christian yesterday. So they're just trying to hold water right now, tread water until they can get going offensively.
They get the stop. Now into the front court with it is Massey. Looks over now to Nelson. Looking down low for Ray. Gets it to Ellison. Down low to Ray. Ray goes to work with the right hand. Layup up and good.
She was cash money yesterday. She's starting off again today. Once you can get a quick pass right top of the key, right down, no wasted motion. Easy 2 points for Ray.
Here comes a run and jump trap. That one thrown away by Duzick. Off to the races goes Hallberg. Righty layup up and good. Fort Calhoun back within 10.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Easy baskets. It started off with Ray. Now another 2, trying to get back into this game the last 3 minutes of the first half.
Hallie Dolliver says, I'll do this myself. Breaks the pressure on her own. Malcolm will slow it down. Dolliver has it top of the key. Bounce pass now over to Wilcox. Wilcox wants to reset again in the middle of the floor. She's hounded by Hallberg. Gets it over, another near steal. Now we have a fight for the ball and a foul called on Peyton Dolliver as Nelson and Dolliver fought for the ball. Nelson did a great job getting a hand on that, reading that passing lane. Dolliver trying a little too hard to wrestle that ball away.
That's a teach shape how to play off the ball defense. You had the high hand up, then you were able to corral it, really aggressive to get it, control it, cause the foul. called on Dolliver, where she's out of the game. So if you're Fort Calhoun, you got 3 minutes left. You got one of the Dolliver sisters out. This is time to make a run.
Second personal foul on Peyton Dolliver. Fort Calhoun tries to go back inside, dueling off-ball defense reads there by Malcolm. It was Johnson stealing that inbound pass intended for Ray.
Yeah, here's the problem, though, for Fort Calhoun. Peyton Dolliver goes to the bench. Here comes Johnson, that's 6'2", has the same skill set, just a little bit younger off the bench. That's why Malcolm is 25-1 coming into the state tournament.
25-1 versus 24-2 entering this state tournament. Hallberg all over Duzick. She has to get it off to Hallie Dolliver, being guarded by Nelson. Now it's Duzick with it. Fort Calhoun head coach looking for...
Yeah, Coach Jones is trying to get a spark here in the last 2 minutes. Pressure defense late in the shot clock. So what happens, Austin, you just got to play it. You can't foul.
Dolliver takes a mid-range jumper. Nelson might have got a hand on it. Ray rebounds. Ellison into the front court. She looks ahead. Nobody stops Nelson down below. Lefty layup up. Count the basket. Fort Calhoun headed to the free throw line. A chance to cut it to a touchdown.
Oh, momentum is starting to go down to the south end of the court here to Fort Calhoun. Coach Jones knows his team can make a run. Sometimes as a coach, you got to be cool, calm, and collective. If you're down by 10 or more points, you got it up the court right off the miss, though, Austin. It was up to half court, one pass to Jones, and then she jumped into the Malcolm defender and made the basket. That was a big-time play.
Foul called on Schmidt. All eyes were on Ellison. She dished it off to her teammate. Nelson completes the three-point play. Fort Calhoun back within 7. No letting up on the pressure. Nelson and Dolliver. Here comes a run and jump trap. Good read there by Hallie Dolliver to get it over to Duzick. Working now on Massey all the way into the paint. Layup too strong. Rebounded by Nelson. She's been a factor recently. She draws another foul. That one on Duzick. Jay, that'll be Duzick's second foul.
Yeah, Nelson is walking with a little bit of swagger. Malcolm's in the penalty. Now this is where momentum can really start to factor into Fort Calhoun. You wonder how they were able to beat Lincoln Christian. It was not a fluke. They were battling with them from the start to finish. The momentum swings, and they were able to withstand Lincoln Christian, would set them up to withstand Malcolm today. It's led by Jones, her energy, her passion, but the smart plays that she's making. And now they're at the free throw line with 2 minutes left.
Nelson just converted the old-fashioned three-point play a moment ago. She knocks down the front end with a 2-shot penalty.
In games like this, Massey has a quick 11. Now you have Nelson with 4 more points looking to try to get 5. This is how you survive, the Dolliver sisters and the way that they played initially to get back in the game. This is a 2.5 more quarter game. It's a long game, so you can come back and try to win this if you're Fort Calhoun.
Nelson split the free throw, so it's a 6-point deficit for Fort Calhoun. Exactly 2 minutes to go. Looking down low to Johnson. Her layup up, no good. Follows her own miss, no good. Rebound tipped around. Nelson hustling into the scrum. Here is Hallberg with it for Fort Calhoun. Still got bodies on the floor, including Hallie Dolliver, slow to get up. Got Hallberg trying to go all the way coast to coast. Doesn't do it. She'll kick it out to Nelson. Nelson with a skip pass over to Massey. She's knocked down 2 threes. Doesn't take that one. She drives it left wing. Nice crossover there on Wilcox. Up, under, and in. 31-27. Fort Calhoun within 4.
Silky smooth move there by Massey. Little hesitation dribble. Tim Hardaway crossover. 2 points.
Nelson pokes that one away from Wilcox. Quick hands there by Nelson. Slapped out of bounds. Great on-ball and off-ball defense from Nelson J. She's got 4 points, but a much bigger impact than that.
Her energy and passion over there, the timely rebounds, the hands on the ball, tip balls, and then obviously able to score a little bit is really inspired Massey, and now you have Ray coming in. This is starting to be the type of game it was yesterday for Fort Calhoun.
Hallie Dolliver with it in the right slot. Now she dribbles over top of the key. She'll take a step-back 3. Huge shot from Malcolm J. That ends a 12-1 and a 10-0 run for Fort Calhoun in a 3-minute-plus scoring drought for the Clippers.
Yeah, Dolliver, she wears number 30 for a reason. Looked like Steph Curry. Straight eyeball shot, top of the key.
Malcolm gives 2 right back as Bauman knifes into the lane, gets a floater to go. Here comes more pressure from Fort Calhoun. Dolliver breaks it. It's up ahead now to Wilcox. Johnson thought about a 3, not really her game. She gets it off to Tiedemann, being pressured now by Bauman. That ball tipped out of bounds off of Bauman. It'll be Malcolm ball, 41 seconds on the game clock, 23 on the shot clock here in the second quarter.
Yeah, things have picked up really, really fast. Obviously, you thought this could be a little bit of a sleeper, but Fort Calhoun's letting everybody know they aren't a joke.
Dolliver threw it in, got it right back. Count the basket and a foul for Hallie Dolliver. She hit a 3 on the last possession, Jay, and then a well-designed inbound play, a give and go on the inbound to get Dolliver going downhill.
Really good job there by Coach Pritchard, knowing that Fort Calhoun is overly aggressive. So what do? You use it against them, give and go. Got her own rebound now at the free throw line, trying to get a three-point play.
Players not plays in some of these big moments, Jay. As Fort Calhoun had cut it down to 5 points, what does Malcolm do? They call Hallie Dolliver's number twice in a row.
Because they know that Peyton's on the sidelines. You go to what? You're your other ace player, and that's a good problem to have, right? You got two sisters that you would think that fight over the ball, but both of them are very, very, aggressive, and they have different skill sets where Haley is able to beat you with threes and kind of the face-up game, whereas Peyton is really downhill and really punches a hole in the defense.
37-29 as Hallberg knifes into the lane. She goes to the free throw line. She draws a foul, trying to split two defenders. Jay, I'm a little surprised maybe that Fort Calhoun wouldn't hold for the last shot, except that if they want to play their pressure, maybe they think they can get to the free throw line, get some points, and set up some pressure.
They get another. Yeah, that's what. And plus, also you're playing with house money because Malcolm's in the penalty. But also, I would have liked to see them go to Massey. Massey has been the star this first half as far as shooting the ball, and obviously Ellison as well. She's hot, really, really savvy around the hoop for a smaller player. But if they can hit these free throws, it'll be all worth it.
Hallberg 0 for 2. Dolliver pulls down the rebound. Now Malcolm has a chance for the final shot of the half. There's a trap, run and jump trap, goes off the deflection right back to Wilcox. Another deflection. Wilcox scrambling, gets it to Hallie Dolliver. Shot clock off, game clock down to 5. Dolliver working to her right, pulls up from the elbow, instead finds Schmidt. Schmidt, baseline jumper is good, and that is how the first half will come to an end. 39-29. Malcolm J reestablishes a little bit of control this game here at the end of the first half.
Man, from the late of the first quarter all the way up into the last minute or two, it was all Fort Calhoun. Malcolm in their experience, mini run. Now you look at it, double-digit lead again. That's why they're so tough. They can withstand your run, give you one, and now they're going to halftime with the momentum.
Fort Calhoun had a 12-to-1 run, a 10-0 run involved in there to cut it to 5, but Malcolm ends the half on a 5-0 run to extend the lead back now to 10 points at 39-29. He's Jay Foreman. I'm Austin Norman. We are at halftime of the girls' Class C1 state semifinals. We'll be back in a few minutes to set up the second half of the semifinal matchup here on the ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill. where it's a small town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Parents deal with a lot of what-ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what-ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
At the half, Malcolm leads Fort Calhoun. It is 39-29 in favor of the Clippers over the Pioneers. Austin Orman and Jay Foreman with you here as we await the second half of the semifinals here in girls Class C1. Let's run down some of the scores, notable players for you, and team stats here in the first half. It was a 15 of 28 first half for Malcolm. The Clippers shooting 54%. Fort Calhoun at 12 of 30 overall. That is a clean, even 40%. Malcolm and Fort Calhoun both attempted 7 threes in the first half. Clippers knocking down 3 of them, and the Pioneers with 2. Fort Calhoun did get to the free throw line one more time with 9 attempts, only knocked down 3 of them. There's a potential opportunity for improvement. The Pioneers do force 7 Malcolm turnovers, get just 4 points off of them. Malcolm also with 4 points off of turnovers, 5 of them from the Pioneers. Leading players in this one, Peyton Dolliver went to the bench midway through the second quarter with 2 fouls. She is still the game's leading scorer with 14 points. She's 5 of 8 from the floor and 4 of 5 at the free throw line with 4 rebounds to her name. Her sister, Hallie Dolliver, also leading Malcolm with double-figure scoring. She's at 12 on 4 of 8, did knock down 2 threes. Hallie has also pulled down 8 rebounds and dished out 3 assists. For Hallie Dolliver is a huge 3 after Fort Calhoun cut the game to a 5-point game there. Hallie Dolliver knocked down a step-back 3 from the top of the key, then had an and-one opportunity on Malcolm's next offensive possession off a sideline out of bounds. On the flip side, for Fort Calhoun, Rayanne Massey leading the way with 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting. She's knocked down both threes in the early going for the Pioneers. When you look at what Ansley Ellefson has been able to do, she's been quiet. 4 points on just 8 shots. She has pulled down 5 rebounds. Probably the player of the first half for Fort Calhoun, in my estimation, would be number 20, Maylee Nelson, the senior forward. was really a defensive spark plug, guarding on the ball, guarding off the ball. She set the tone really for Fort Calhoun as the Pioneers crawled their way back into this game. For Malcolm, their largest lead was 15 points at 30-15. Fort Calhoun cut that down to as much as 5 with a 10-0 run, a part of a 12-1 run in there as well. Fort Calhoun has recorded 6 steals out of their 7 turnovers that they forced from Malcolm. 4 steals for the Clippers as well on that side of the ball. 8 assists on 15 makes for Malcolm, 4 assists on 12 makes for Fort Calhoun. Let's step aside for another 3 minutes. We'll be back get you set up for the second half of Malcolm and Fort Calhoun from Pinnacle Bank Arena. 39-29, Clippers over the Pioneers. Second half next on the ticket.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck.
All right, another 3 minutes if we could here, please, Bach.
You have 1,000,001 things to get done
Thank
today,
you.
and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let
it's
Hamilton
culture
handle
and
the tech,
coffee.
so you don't have to. We help
And
businesses
Harrison
across
is
the
aware
state
of that,
spend more
so
time on what
that'll
they
be
do
like
best, and less
4:45 to
time
6.
frustrated with office technology. As the official
Yeah,
business
did
IT
you
partner
get
of
that
the Huskers,
information
we're focused
or
on
my
providing
email about
custom
the guy
solutions
that's coming
that
in
set
after
you up
this?
for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Well, I just sent you
With
his
UBT,
name, or
you've
Harrison
got
might have
total
some more
control over
information. I
your
don't know if
money.
this was a Harrison thing
Like
or a
Doug,
DP thing
who
that
runs
got
his game
set
day
up.
tailgate like
I'm
a
sure if you
well-oiled machine.
Ask
I
DP
got
to help you do
burgers,
it. It's someone
brats,
involved
chicken, dogs,
with
plus all the
the
fixings.
flight football,
And with
something
the
in
UBT
some
Go
way. I
app,
didn't
I
get
can
the
track
full
my food spending
information
from anywhere.
Harrison.
Bro.
But,
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Attention, Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join up and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard. Guard the good life.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day in the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls' state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Just about set to begin the second half of action here at Pinnacle Bank Arena as the final seconds tick away from the halftime countdown. It will be Malcolm ball to begin the second half. Their full complement of players available. Full complement of ticket talent available for you here calling state basketball action. Austin Norman, Dave Foreman with you now. Nick Sainer on standby, as well as Tristan Gomez here on the girls' side of things. Malcolm ball to begin the second half. Into the front court with it comes Wilcox. Gets a skip pass down to Peyton Dolliver, back in the game after an extended break due to foul trouble. Kick ball out of bounds off of Ellefson. So sideline out of bounds, 28 seconds on the shot clock for Malcolm. Peyton Dolliver comes from the baseline to get it, dumps it off to Duzick. She's in the left slot, trying to dribble middle, gets it over to Peyton Dolliver. Way too much space as she lines up a three. That one off, rebounded by Hallie Dolliver. Getting the hand on the ball was Nelson from behind. Dolliver sticks with it, gets the 2 to go on the third opportunity.
Really good job there by Hallie Dolliver, picking up her sister's missed shot. Just keeping the ball above her head, keeping at it. There's no way that Fort Calhoun could get it out of her hands.
Ellefson goes to work, dribble handoff now to Nelson. Driving baseline is Bauman on the left side. Massey cuts through some contact, no foul. Ellefson sticks with it. She gets the putback to go.
I like that. I like the play to get Massey going to the hoop, but Ellefson did a really good job cleaning it up. 2 for 2 for Malcolm and Fort Calhoun coming out of the second half.
Dangerous inbounds pass from Hallie Dolliver looking for her sister. Nelson nearly intercepted it, just a PBU out of bounds right in front of Fort Calhoun's bench. So odd sideline inbounds now. Dolliver, two-hand soccer inbound, intercepted by Ellefson in the backcourt. She'll take it herself. She's out running Schmidt into the front court. That one's a skip over to Massey. Down low now to Nelson. Gets it over to Ellefson. No one guards her on the cut.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. Really good job of the extra pass. That's what you have to do to come back. 2 points here, 2 points there. Cash in on the bunny shots.
Malcolm handles the run and jump trap. Wilcox lines up a three. That's long off the rim. Now quickly Nelson goes the other way, dribbling with the left hand, now the right. Crosses over, goes all the way into the body of Dolliver, lost it. Duzick comes away with it. Now Duzick quickly up the floor. She's outrunning Ellefson. No one picking up ball. Now she gets it off to Peyton Dolliver on the right wing. Dolliver misses, sticks with it, gets another stick back.
Yeah, when you have a bigger sister like that, I'm pretty sure in the driveway that happened a lot. Good job there by the Dolliver twins, sticking with it. Doesn't have to be pretty as long as it works.
Massey takes matters into her own hands. Down the right lane line she goes, draws a foul on Wilcox, her second. It'll be Massey headed to the free throw line where she's just 1 of 4 on the afternoon.
Yeah, good job by Massey. What do we say, Austin? When you're down by, well, in this case, 10 points, you want to make money while the clock is stopped, and that's what Massey did.
Massey takes her dribbles. High arcing free throw up and good.
You know, one thing, Austin, when I look at Malcolm, right, and just looking at their players, you obviously have the Dolliver twins, then you have Johnson coming off, and then you have Schmidt. All of them are 5 or 10 and taller, but they have guard skills. That means they can catch, they can dribble, they can pass with their head up. Really, really skilled group of young ladies here from Malcolm.
Massey, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. No one's picked up Hallie Dolliver. She'll take a stop and pop attempt from the mid-range. No good. Fort Calhoun within 8. Chance to cut it down to a 2-possession game with a bucket here. Ellefson gets a screen from Massey off the pick and pop. Massey thought about a three, doesn't take it. Right back to Ellefson. She'll drive right, get it off now to Bauman. Bauman to Massey, skip pass over to Nelson, who looks down for Ray. Bobbles the ball, no good. Malcolm comes away with it. Into the front court. Here comes Dolliver working on 2 defenders. Lefty layup up and good for Hallie Dolliver.
Really, really skilled finish there. Felt the defender coming from her right, switch it to the left. Easy 2 points for Dolliver. As much as Fort Calhoun plays at a pretty good pace, Malcolm does too, and they finish around the rim excellently.
Malcolm's not afraid to match the tempo here as Ellefson throws that one out of bounds.
And that's probably what makes Malcolm a hard matchup for anybody. They can play slow, right? You've seen them execute in the half court. They can handle your pressure good enough to where you won't be able to do that all game, and then they can go up and down with the best of them.
10-point advantage for the Clippers as Duzick dribbles away from the run and jump trap, gets a skip pass over to Schmidt, lines up a three, no good. Peyton Dolliver crashes the glass, yanks it away momentarily from Ellefson, but out of bounds off of Peyton Dolliver.
Yeah, and the one thing about it was probably a little bit of a quick shot, probably for Coach Pritchard's liking, but when you have the Dolliver sisters diving in, and that's the hardest rebound for
a scramble defense to get.
A scramble defense to get, and a defensive rebound. We've seen it with Nebraska, the men's team. That's where you get killed on the offensive boards.
Massey denies the screen. Hallberg gets it in the right corner. She drives. That shot altered, taken away now by Peyton Dolliver. Quickly ahead to Duzick. Gets it right back to Peyton Dolliver. No one picks her up. She'll say thank you very much. Get all the way down the lane and finish with the right.
What do? You get it up the sideline. You see it in high school boys. They don't do a lot of sideline press or fast breaks. Then you get the middle runner. Easy 2 points there for Dolliver.
Nelson lines up a three. That one long, no good. Ray, good rebounding position up through traffic, no good. Another rebound. Peyton Dolliver in a scrum. She draws a foul, headed to the Clippers.
This is a well-coached team, both of them by Coach Jones and Pritchard. A really, really well-coached team. Very, very skillful. it's going to go back and forth. Look for Fort Collins here in the next 4 to 6 minutes of game time to make the run to try to tie the game and possibly come out with a victory.
Malcolm's largest lead of the day is 15. It's at 12 right now. Fort Calhoun wants to talk things over. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. Back for more third quarter action next on the ticket.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's Malcolm by a dozen here in the third quarter, just about halfway through the third period of play. Fort Calhoun's pressure got to Malcolm here in the front court, but ends up tipped out of bounds off of number 10 for Fort Calhoun. That is Cammie Nelson.
You know, Austin, usually a high-pressure team like Fort Calhoun can really wear you out if you don't have enough ball handlers. But everybody can ball handle, as we just seen right there, to give and go again on an over-aggressive team off the sidelines inbound.
Play so nice, they run it twice. It's Massey with it. They get it down to Nelson. Nelson ball overhead, now back to Massey. Skip pass over to Ellefson. Now it's Hallberg with it. She takes a dribble, thinks about a three, lines it up. Massey gets it to the cutting Nelson all the way into the paint. She traveled before she got the body bump there from Dolliver. Jay, feels kind of like danger zone right now for Fort Calhoun. Offense is dried up, and Malcolm's handled pressure better these last 3 minutes.
Yeah, and also Malcolm, out of the timeout, Coach Pritchard went to a little bit of a 3-2 zone to really slow down the dribble drive of Fort Calhoun. So Fort Calhoun is going to have to do what they're doing right now. Full court press, try to cause some turnovers, easy baskets, get it up and down, and they got to score almost every time.
Duzick over to Dolliver, brings her defender into the way of the trap. Hallie Dolliver gets it ahead now to Wilcox. She'll take a stop and pop mid-range jumper up and good. Now it is a 16-point advantage, new largest of the game for Malcolm.
Yeah, secondary break, couple dribbles, get the shot that you can hit. Really good job there by Wilcox.
Ellefson has it, now back to Massey. Massey trying to direct traffic. There's that zone look you were just talking about, Jay. With it up top for Fort Calhoun is Bauman. Gets it over to Massey. Shot fake on Dolliver. She'll drive, take a floater. That one going to be whistled for a foul. It looks like they will tag number 20, Schmidt, with that one. Dolliver tried to affect it, but Schmidt came through the arm.
Yeah, good job there by Massey. Little quick ball fake, head fake, left-hand dribble. Got up into Schmidt. What do? Stop the clock, try to make free throws. The one thing about the where Coach Pritchard, coming out in that zone, I know a lot of coaches in Nebraska don't like zone. The point, and that's maybe because when everybody below Class A didn't have a shot clock. Now you see at the state tournament, everybody's on a shot clock. If you play aggressively in zone, it's no different than man, but it's a curveball that a lot of teams don't see, especially a team like Fort Calhoun, where you can really stymie any type of chance that they get to come back and get in this game.
Hallie Dolliver having some issues with the trap. Got a scrum for the ball just on the Malcolm side of half court. Peyton Dolliver rolled over with the ball. She's out of bounds. Turnover forced by the Pioneers.
Yeah, a little bit of a collision there. Peyton Dolliver is pretty tough. I'm sure she got pushed around a little bit by her bigger sister, but now Fort Calhoun got the turnover now where you're trying to make your run in the last 3 minutes. Let's see what happens.
Fort Calhoun facing that zone defense at 3-2. With it on the right wing is Nelson. Gets it over to Nelson as well. Nelson stops, fires a mid-range jumper from the baseline. Okay, 51-39. Lead back down to a dozen. Fort Calhoun now chipping away. Hallie Dolliver handling against full court pressure. Nasty crossover. with her right hand. She's going all the way to the paint. Gets it off to Peyton Dolliver. In attack mode, as we've seen. Peyton Dolliver draws a foul. She's headed to the free throw line.
Yeah, you know what? Malcolm and Peyton Dolliver gave Fort Calhoun a little bit of their own medicine, right? What do you want to do? Stop any type of positive vibes over there. Get it to Peyton Dolliver via Hallie Dolliver. Get to the lane, cause a foul, get to the free throw line, try to extend that lead again.
Dolliver takes her dribbles. One-handed free throw up and good. For Dolliver now, 19 points on the day. She's 7 of 13 shooting, now 3 of 4 at the free throw line.
Well, you know what's funny is she has 19. Her sister has 18. 7 of 13, 7 of 13. I think a little bragging rights is going to be on that bus ride home if they're able to get a victory. Listen, they're all that's advertised, and they're hard to handle, a little bit different than maybe Lincoln Christian, but the emergence of these two. But don't forget about Wilcox and Dusick and obviously Schmidt. They have played their roles all year long, and they've stepped up at times even today.
Malcolm back to man-to-man defense. Massey probes at the top of the key and gets it over to Ariana Nelson. Now Massey will drive right, goes into the body, draws 3 defenders, gets kicked out to the right wing. 3 ball off the rim and the backboard, no good. Ellison fighting for the rebound with Peyton Dolliver. Will get a tie-up ball. Will stay on that end with Fort Calhoun.
Really good job by Olafson, offensive rebound. Stick to it with it. I think Peyton Dolliver had her hands on it as well. Keep the possession down there so you can set up, hopefully score, and then set up your full court press to try to create turnover and try to make a run here. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left.
Fort Calhoun goes right to Ellison. She does it herself off the baseline inbounds. A tough finish over Hallie Dolliver, but no one stops the ball for Malcolm. Quickly in the front court, Dolliver just hit 2 free throws. She airballs a three-pointer. Hallie Dolliver hustles after it and saves it. Scrum for the ball. Ariana Nelson comes up with it. Ellison gets try to do it herself. Ball stripped, but she gets whistled for a travel first. Drug the pivot.
A little bit got sped up a little bit. A good job there by Peyton Dolliver, cutting her off, making her take one more step. I know Olafson doesn't like that. A little bit of a kind of a helter-skelter there, but nevertheless a travel. Good call there, and now Coach Pritchard wants to take a little bit of a time. He sends a little bit of a momentum shift over there to Fort Calhoun. Smart timeout there by Malcolm.
Clippers lead it by 12. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. We'll be back in a minute here to Pinnacle Bank Arena.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Malcolm ball off the turnover. Clippers lead it by 12. Austin Norman, Jay Foreman with you. Fort Calhoun comes out in 1-3-1 zone. Malcolm gets it down to the corner. Three-pointer lined up and missed by Dusick. Rebound in traffic by Ellison. Quickly ahead to Massey. She'll attack. Back it out on the right corner. Skip pass down to Ariane Nelson, who works in on Peyton Dolliver, up and under, no good. Rebound fought for, controlled by Hallie Dolliver. She's swarmed by 3 Pioneers. Ray comes away with it, gets it back down to Ellison. Extra pass to Ariane Nelson. That one commits a foul there on Peyton Dolliver under the hoop. A little bit of scramble there from Fort Calhoun, Jay.
That was a really good job by Olsen, sticking with it. You missed it. A little bunny there by Jones, or got it back, or by Nelson, excuse me, and then you come stick with it, come back, get it to Ray, steals the ball. One more pass. Now you're at the free throw line. Fort Calhoun is going to have to be a little bit of more helter-skelter to get back in the game. And when you think about this game, Austin, right, Fort Calhoun down by 12. But they're shooting pretty decent from the field. They're at 40%. Now, obviously, Malcolm is at 50. But when you think about somebody being down by double digits, you think like, okay, they're not making anything from the field. They're really struggling at the free throw line, 7 of 15. That's probably the biggest difference in the game, right?
even if, let's say, they made 5 more of those to be at an 80% mark, that would still be, a 7-point ball game. But, okay, you're within single digits as you approach the fourth quarter. Jump ball goes Malcolm's way. Back-to-back jump balls. Fort Calhoun gets it right back as Massey forces a tie.
Right, and so the more possessions that you can get, I like that. Sometimes you don't have to go for the steal. You got to know when you're going to get the possession off a jump ball. Now Fort Calhoun is able to attack on their side of the court because, more importantly, if they're able to get 2 points or 3, they can set up their full court press.
Man-to-man defense from Malcolm. They trap the ball screen. It's Ellison, right wing. She drives, takes it in on the defense herself. She draws a foul, whistled on the floor. Baseline out of bounds opportunity for Fort Calhoun. Who, Jay? We've talked about Massey, kind of the story of the game. Ellison quietly now into double figures. Fort Calhoun has looked to her a couple times in isolation.
And she's going to have to continue to attack, right, and try to get Malcolm into the penalty, but more importantly, to stop the clock and get to the free throw line.
Ellison over to Ariane Nelson. Massey lines up a quick trigger 3. That one short. Hallie Dolver, strong rebound in traffic, long outlet. Duzick trying to chase it down. She does. She goes through Nelson, draws a foul in transition. Nelson got her with the body.
Yeah, Nelson didn't like it. She probably tried to show that she was straight up, but it was a really good outlet pass there by Haley Dolver. Got it on time and on target to Duzick. One dribble up. No wasted motion. I'm telling you right now that what Malcolm does really well, if you watch the different nuggets, it's essentially the Joker. Soon as the rebound, chucking it. It is almost really, we'll see next week, the Southwest Silverhawks with the 2 twins. They are really good in transition. It's not by accident.
Right.
And it's kind of like, our boy Kenny Atkinson for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They like the sideline fast break, off the make and off the miss. Try to put that extreme pressure on the defense without them being ready.
Duzick 0-2 the free throw line. The lead remains a dozen. Clock under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Massey pops out off a screen from Ray. She takes it through traffic. Contact down low. No call. Ray with the follow. Doesn't get it. Fight for the rebound. We have a tie up underneath. That ball will head Malcolm's way.
Just a couple bunnies that probably fell for your Ray yesterday. Allison came over there. They got to keep at it because eventually they could go in. They're only down by 12, Austin, so they got to hit a couple big shots, some turnovers. They can do it.
Malcolm working on breaking the press with the dribble. Ray ended up with a strip, but then was out of bounds trying to corral it. Couldn't strip it cleanly, had her foot out of bounds on the sideline. Malcolm retains possession.
This full court pressure is giving Malcolm a little bit of trouble if the ball isn't in the hands of Dolliver. So look for that moving forward in the fourth quarter.
Hallberg gets beat by Duzick. Hallie Dolliver with it now over to Wilcox. 30 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Duzick finds Hallie Dolliver. Johnson seals. She'll take a mid-range jumper off the Dolliver drive. No good. Rebound, Hallie Dolliver. Lost control, had it poked away underneath, but a foul drawn. They'll get the ball baseline out of bounds. Shot clock start.
Good offensive rebound there by Hallie Dolliver, and the Hallberg got caught putting her hand in the cookie jar. One thing Dolliver's sisters do, they really rebound strong, and they keep it, and they call it what's called chin it, so you can't steal it from them, and they go up effectively, drawing the foul or keeping possession.
Malcolm was staring down the barrel of having to defend once more in the third quarter, Jay, but now they'll go to Dolliver quickly inside. Over Ray, shot no good. Rebounded by Schmidt, who gets a whistle. Scrum for the ball. Fort Calhoun gets it right back. Elbows flying, arms flying. Both teams want that basketball.
Yeah, the youngest Nelson came in there. Don't sleep on her, right? I don't know if they're sisters, but they all have the same last name. Cammie Nelson, the 5'10 sophomore, came in there and grabbed the rebound, got the possession back. And so if you're Coach Jones over here for Fort Calhoun, you're trying to get in your best play. So for me, you got Olsen inbounds into Massey. That's where I'm thinking about going. Now you got a couple three-point shooters and Hallberg, and you got Ray underneath. So you have it set up so you could get a quick 2 or 3 here before the end of the third quarter.
Ray sets a screen, as does Ellison for Massey. She probes into the lane, kicks it to Hallberg. Hallberg kicks it now to Massey. Deep three on the right wing, off the top of the backboard. Wild miss for Massey. They got maybe the player they wanted with the ball in her hands.
Probably not the shot. Probably not the shot you want. Probably look like me shooting right now for 3. But if I'm Coach Jones over there versus Coach Pritchard, I'm telling my girls, look, we got 8 minutes left. We got to empty the tank. Now, if I'm Coach Pritchard, I'm saying, listen, we're playing to win, not to lose, and we're looking to extend the lead, but we got to do it systematically, and we got to be very, very calculated.
53-41, Malcolm leads Fort Calhoun. 1 quarter to go in the C1 state semifinals. We'll be back in a minute on 93.7 The Ticket.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
53-41. Malcolm leads Fort Calhoun as we begin the fourth quarter here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Pioneers in a 1-3-1 look, and that forces a turnover. Skip pass from Hallie Dolliver slipped right through the hands of her sister Peyton to begin the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know what? You're going to have to take more chances. You're going to play, like I said, you can play zone with a shot clock. You just got to be ultra aggressive. Good job there by Coach Jones, showing a different look coming out of the quarter, third quarter.
Ellison dribble handoff to Bauman. Bauman dribbles left. Lost the handle for a second. Peyton Dolliver got a hand on it. Nelson takes a dribble. Now Bauman knifes left to right. She goes up, bodied by Dolliver. No foul called. Hallie Dolliver has the ball stripped now. Nelson comes up with it. It's with Ellison. Ellison gets to the lane. She'll kick it out. Massey would have had a three had she controlled it, but she doesn't. Now she drives with the left hand. Up, under, around, and through. Massey cuts the deficit to 10.
Really good job there by Massey. You got to think Massey and Olafson, then a complimentary piece with Nelson there, one of the Nelson sisters, is going to have to finish it out. I think Massey is hot from three. She knows how to kind of slither in there in between a double team. Really good drive and finish there by Massey. Now what you're in this 1-3-1, it's kind of a byproduct of maybe seeing Malcolm's guard struggle a little bit in full court pressure, try to crank it up at half court.
You have Nelson with her energy at the top of the key, Bauman and hers down below. Massey near steal, nearly intercepted. Malcolm retains possession. One dribble pull up for Duzick, long, no good. No offensive rebound yet. Dolliver gets it finally. Peyton Dolliver put back, no good. Hallie Dolliver follows her sister's miss up and in.
Yeah, the one thing about that 1-3-1, you got a team rebound. Good job by the Dolliver sisters. Now Hallie was able to benefit off of that.
Massey taking matters into her own hands. Now she'll kick it out to Bauman. Bauman for three. That one short. Rebound tipped around, finally controlled by Duzick, who finds Peyton Dolliver. Dolliver guarded by Ellison. Hallie right back to Peyton. Across the timeline comes Malcolm. Duzick and Peyton Dolliver slow things down. Nelson guarding both Dolliver sisters off the switch. Hallie takes a tough mid-range jumper. No good. Tipped out by Laurel Schmidt.
Oh.
That's a foul. It's headed back to the Pioneers.
Yeah, it was a tough call there. Schmidt was trying to be a good teammate, knowing that she couldn't get the rebound. Tipped it out back out to Hallie. Got, unfortunately, probably a little bit too much body over the back. But one thing, Austin, you got Fort Calhoun probably cranking up the pressure, taking a couple more chances, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the downside is that Malcolm could get a couple easy baskets. So you got to just stick to it. You got to understand where you're at. There's more risk or there's more reward with this risk, though.
There's Lena Schmidt whistled for the foul. Fort Calhoun gets it to Massey. Shot fake. She drives right, kicks over to Hallberg, who lines up a three.
Ooh.
Around and down. 3-point basket. Fort Calhoun back within 10.
Yeah, that's you got to keep battling. You need a couple stops here, and then you can get really back in the game and start playing possession basketball.
Peyton Dolliver looks to answer from three. No good. Rebound by Hallberg. She just hit the three. She draws a foul now on Hallie Dolliver. Fort Calhoun, another chance to cut into this deficit.
Good, strong rebound there by Hallberg, and then obviously drew the foul on Hallie Dolliver. Hallie Dolliver was trying to get the jump ball. Good call there. Fort Calhoun is on the attack here. It's going to be interesting. We got Massey, Olafson. Now Hallberg hit a three. You got Jones over there along with Ray. This is probably their best offensive unit moving forward.
1-4 high alignment. They get it down to Ellison, working on Dolliver, who walled up. Good step through. Dolliver has no problems defending. Now Peyton Dolliver goes 1-on-3 into Ray. Count the basket and a foul.
Oh,
Peyton Dolliver says, I'll do that myself. 1-on-3, a chance for three.
Yeah, Coach Jones doesn't like that either. It looked like Ray had it. We'll see on the replay. Set, not truly set outside the halo. Aggressive drive there by Peyton Dollar. Listen, one thing we saw earlier, we saw Kearney a couple days ago, off the miss. They are up the sideline, downhill before you can turn around. Peyton Dolliver doesn't care if there's one or two defenders in the lane. She's going for the bucket.
Lead now back up to 11 for Malcolm. They lead at 57-46, 5 minutes and counting here in the fourth quarter. Massey, nice crossover. She gets to the left, kicks it out to Nelson. Nelson lines up a three. That one no good. Hallberg fights for the rebound, tipped out of bounds off of Hallie Dolliver. Fort Calhoun will have another crack with a fresh 35.
Yeah, good job by there, Hallberg, battling in there against the bigger Hallie Dolliver to keep possession. Now let's see if Fort Calhoun can continue to attack.
They go to Ray, working to her right. Stop and pop from the mid-range, left it short. Ellefson working. That one draws a foul. Schmidt just committed her fourth. Ellefson continues to be aggressive on the offensive glass.
Fort Calhoun had the upset of the tournament yesterday. You can see why. They play hard. They do not give up on one possession. Olafson and company just continue to fight. Then they break your will when you come in as a number 7 seed. And I'm saying this as much as Malcolm has seen some teams. Not a lot of teams here locally, like obviously Lincoln Christian, have seen a team like Fort Calhoun. Have a good mix of size, speed, and they're ultra aggressive, and they can go deep on their bench, and they'll throw that 1-3-1 zone. They're full court press. You don't see that a lot, especially at C1.
Ellefson splits the free throws, missed the first, made the second. Hallie Dolliver inbounds to Duzick, gets it right back to Dolliver. She splits the middle of the court, little out of control with the dribble, but finds Peyton Dolliver in attack mode as always. Dump off pass to Johnson just in the game. She misses the bunny. Here comes Ellefson. Fort Calhoun pushing the tempo. No one picking up Ellefson till now. She works on Hallie Dolliver. Skip pass to Massey. Left wing three. It's good.
There it is. What do we talk about, Austin? Massey, Allison, Massey. Here comes Malcolm on the attack.
That one thrown away. Duzick threw it away. Ellefson again gets it up to Massey. Massey into the paint. She drives, lefty layup, no good. Bauman with the putback, no good, but she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line, a chance to cut it to 6.
Relentless effort by Fort Calhoun. Just when you think you have them down, they hit an easy 2-3. They're back into the game. Now they're at the free throw line with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left.
4 minutes, 20 seconds to go. It's Malcolm by 8. Bauman at the free throw line where Fort Calhoun is just 8 of 17 on the day. Make it now an even 50%. At 9 of 18. Jay, we talked about that coming out of halftime. Malcolm only got to the free throw line 13 times. They've knocked down 9. Now will be the 19th free throw attempt coming up for Fort Calhoun. With that miss, the Pioneers now just 9 of 19 on the day at the free throw line.
But what they do, Austin, is they go after offensive rebounds off the missed free throw. So, look, you could obviously you'd like their free throw percentage to be a little bit higher. Right now, when you're down by 7, you can kind of look about that in the past. But right now, they're at the momentum of this game.
They go right to Ellefson. She's stuffed by Hallie Dolliver on the ISO. And now Bauman commits a foul in front of her own bench.
Yeah, Coach Jones does not like that. Looking like a lot of body in the swipe usually is a foul on the shot down there for Fort Calhoun. Allison is letting the refs know, look, she did hit me for real. And then a tic-tac foul there by Bauman that stopped the fast break by Malcolm.
Full court man-to-man now from Fort Calhoun. Wilcox handles going left. Here comes the run and jump trap, poked away, but not before we get a timeout called by Coach Pritchard for Malcolm. Would have been Malcolm basketball anyways, but Coach Pritchard wants to draw something up. 30-second timeout. We'll be back to PBA with fourth quarter action.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Out there is my
Just over 4 minutes to play here in a semifinal in Class C1. Malcolm leads Fort Calhoun 58-51. Hallie Dolliver stands right in front of us, ready to key it in. Gets it in cleanly to Duzick, being hounded by Bauman. Dribble handoff to Wilcox. Wilcox over to Peyton Dolliver. Tough catch. She does it. Guarded by Nelson. Now it's Bauman all up in Wilcox's dribble handoff to Duzick. being guarded by Massey, inviting a trap with the dribble handoff, Jay, but Malcolm's handled it so far. Peyton Dolliver looking to create with 10 on the shot clock. She loses the handle. Bauman up with it. She's pushing. She's got a one-on-one. Layup no good, but offensive rebound put back and down by Massey. It's a 5-point game.
Yeah, Massey, good job hustling. You never give up on a play until it's over. Oh.
Nelson just got called for the bump, trying to go through the body of Dolliver for a steal.
Yeah, they got the momentum. Massey with a really good follow there, 2 points. Nelson was trying to get another possession. Is that her 5th foul?
That is indeed the 5th foul.
Yeah.
On number 20 for Fort Calhoun, Maylee Nelson. Jay, that is a key loss at this time. Nelson has been a spark plug for the Pioneers all day long.
But it's not bad. You're able to bring Hallberg off the bench. She hit a big 3 earlier. So you don't get Nelson, but you got a good replacement here in Hallberg.
Pioneers trying to forge a path back into this game. They're down by 5, 3.5 minutes to play. They're matched up in man-to-man defense. Peyton Dolliver has it in the right slot. She crosses over on Hallberg. Now she has it taken away by Bauman momentarily. Bauman couldn't control the steal. It's Duzick. She'll reset it. Here's Dolliver, top of the key, going to work on Hallberg. She drives down the middle of the lane. Runner good.
Yeah, the big drive there by Peyton Dolliver. She's tough as nails. Left-hand drive, 2 feet, easy 2 points.
Massey, eyes got big, right back down the lane. No good. Ball tipped around, controlled by Hallie Dolliver. She throws it up for grabs, but errant. Ellison comes away with it. She's bodied by Peyton Dolliver, who's behind the play. Fort Calhoun has numbers. Ellison, stop and pop jumper. Hallie Dolliver right in her face, no good. Malcolm tries it again. This time Hallie Dolliver gets it up to Peyton Dolliver. Hallberg hustles back. Dolliver draws the foul, count the basket and one.
Peyton Dolliver is tired. She's been going up and down the court, her and her sister. Long passes. She's like a gazelle out there. Just throw it down there and let her go get it. Valiant effort for the last minute or so by Fort Calhoun, but it's too much of the Dolliver sisters right now with Malcolm on the cusp of keeping that double-digit lead. And it's a couple bunnies missed down there by Fort Calhoun. A little bit more body contact than they probably like, but they got to make it.
Dolliver's free throw rattles around and down as quickly as it got down to 5. It's back up to 10. 63-53. Malcolm, 2.5 minutes to play. Skip pass to Ray, off her hand. Malcolm controls.
Yeah, a little bit of dumping there. You had an advantage of Ray in there, but it just off her hands, and so those are possessions that you need.
Peyton Dolliver brings the ball across the timeline. Coach Pritchard will take a full timeout, as will we. 2 minutes, 23 seconds to play at Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's Malcolm by 10. More girls state basketball action on 93.7 The Ticket in a minute.
Proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls' state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Malcolm with the inbound pass, lobs it down low to Hallie Dolliver. She gets fouled immediately on the shot by Ansley Ellison. 2 free throws coming for Hallie Dolliver with Malcolm up by 10. Austin Norman, Jay Foreman with you for the C1 battle in the semifinals. Malcolm, the 3 seed in the class. Fort Calhoun, the 7 seed. The Pioneers are here. They knocked off number 2 seed Lincoln Christian in an overtime game yesterday, 58-57. The final. Hallie Dolliver, push shot free throw way short. Jay, the legs look kind of gone from Hallie Dolliver on that one.
The pace of this game is been on point from the very beginning, and the Dolliver sisters have played pretty much the whole game. But when you think about it, Peyton Dolliver has had a special game, and then Hallie Dolliver is trying to look like she's going to be the closer. 21 points, 28 points, respectively. Really, really big game for the Dolliver sisters.
Second free throw, good. 11-point advantage for the Clippers. Massey kicks it out to Bauman. She goes right to left, working on Wilcox. Gets the roll. sneaks up and over the rim, back to a 9-point game, 2 minutes to play. No one picking up Peyton Dolliver. No trap coming either. Dolliver tries to split some players. Might have taken an extra step, but got away with it.
Yeah, she was coming down a little out of control. It probably could have been a travel, but nevertheless got it to Wilcox. Oh.
Ellison bodying Dolliver, who draws a foul. Second time in as many possessions that Ellison will foul Dolliver. Back to the free throw line she goes.
Yeah, Ellison didn't think it was a foul. It was probably a little bit of foul. Too much body, and you probably don't want Haley Dolliver at the free throw line. But when you think about it, you got to take some risks. You got to try to go for some steals. So Fort Calhoun, obviously, it's a little bit different game than yesterday against Lincoln Christian. Malcolm is really efficient, obviously, at the free throw line. When you look at them right now, they're 12 of 17 versus 9 of 19. That's a big part of the game. The three-point percentage is about the same, 3 of 13, 4 of 15. Field goal percentage is 11% different. Why is that? Fast break points for Malcolm.
Dolliver perfect on those free throws. 66-55 Malcolm, minute 45 to play. Bauman works on Wilcox, skip pass over to Ellison. Thought about the mid-range jumper, doesn't take it. Gets it out to Massey. Lob over the top to Ray. She can't control it. Now she does. Splits two defenders. Lefty layup up. No good. Rebound fought for. It's tipped and saved by Wilcox to Dolliver. Dolliver gets up ahead to Duzick on the fast break. Duzick rejected by Hallberg. Good hustle. Now back the other way come the Pioneers. Quickly to Ellison. Over to Ray. Layup up and good.
That's what you saw yesterday for Ray to win the game, but just a different arena. Good job there by Coach Jones. Quick timeout. Now you got a game plan here. Down by 9, minute and a half left.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Be right back here. It's a 9-point game at PBA.
You can see why, are we still on?
We'll keep it here. So we're about halfway through the timeout. Minute 19 to go. It's a 9-point game, Jay Foreman.
You can see why, a team like Fort Calhoun, especially Malcolm, could give the two-time defending champs in Lincoln Christian some problems, right? Because they have enough size to offset your size. They have enough skill to offset your skill. But then when you can kind of go secondary fast break to Ray in their quick passing, when they can crank up their pressure, they don't mind the fouls, right? Because they have a pretty deep bench. They can wear you down. Now, Malcolm is literally hanging on by a thread with the lead. Now, it's easier to fight through it when you have the lead versus if you're down and get worn out. That's the difference of maybe yesterday and today for Fort Calhoun.
As we look at the road that Fort Calhoun has to tread, it's going to be a tough one back. As we look ahead, Jay, for a potential matchup between Milford and Malcolm tomorrow, the turnovers have been an issue. 17 of them from Malcolm. You look at their guards. Wilcox is a junior. Duzick's in the starting lineup as a freshman. Her first time on this stage. Her first time facing pressure like that. You got Tiedemann in the game for just a few minutes. But, Jay, the more that the guards have to share the ball handling responsibility with the wings and the forwards like the Dolliver sisters, that just adds some tread to the legs that Malcolm can't afford to give away. As there's a steal on the inbound. Fort Calhoun gets it. Hallberg lines up a three. That one's short. Scrum for the rebound. It's Massey comes up with it. She gets her shot tipped. It's blocked. Full court pressure being applied. Hallie Dolliver dribbling all the way around the court. Duzick almost lost it for a second. Along the sideline, she stepped out of bounds. Malcolm fans want a foul on Ellison. It would have been her fifth. She would have been done. Instead, the ball's headed Fort Calhoun's way.
Good job of getting wide, a little bit of a body. You know, this physical game, skilled game. You're not going to get too many whistles down the stretch. Big break there for Fort Calhoun.
9-point game. Pioneers trail. Massey thought about it, three, doesn't take it. She'll get it to Ellison. Works into the body of Dolliver. Step through. She's fouled, and no, it's a travel. One step too many by Ellison as Dolliver holds her ground.
Yeah, Ellison thought she was able to step through and draw the contact. The refs thought the pivot foot came up there, so a costly turnover there for Fort Calhoun.
Dolliver to Dolliver on the inbound. Massey guarding Peyton. Skip pass over to Duzick, the freshman, into the front court. Gets it over now to Schmidt. Probably got a foul sooner than later if you're Fort Calhoun, Joe. You don't want to foul Hallie Dolliver, who dribbles it all the way back to the timeline. Coach calling for it. The foul. Hallberg goes to the seal, not able to get it. There's the foul finally committed with 33 seconds on the game clock. Jay, that took 26 seconds.
Yeah, a lot of time off the clock. When you're down by 9, it's a 3-possession game. Now you have probably one of the best free throw shooters in the whole tournament at the free throw line. Trying to extend the lead for Malcolm. This has been a well-coached game, a really good game. Malcolm has a little bit more with the Dolliver sisters, and obviously timely threes by Wilcox and company has probably allowed them to potentially pull through with this victory.
Dolliver's 4 of her last 5 at the free throw line, 6 of 8 on the day. Hallie Dolliver, the senior, that is, lines up her second, takes it. It's true. 11-point ball game, 33 seconds. Fort Calhoun's got to go quick. Hallberg hands it off to Bauman. Bauman gets into the lane. She works with the left. That one's good. Clock keeps running. Peyton Dolliver now fouled off the quick inbound up here along the left sideline. She'll go to the free throw line where she's 8 of 9 on the day.
Yeah, still down by 9, right? You went 2 for 2 there. There's an exchange the twos. And so right now, if you're Coach Jones in Fort Calhoun, you're thinking about a miss and can we get an easy 2 steal, obviously kind of a la Reggie Miller against the Knicks. And so you're going to need something special here, unfortunately, for Calhoun or Fort Calhoun.
One timeout remaining for Fort Calhoun. Only one more opportunity to stop the clock as Peyton Dolliver knocks down the first free throw. Gets some words of encouragement from junior guard Kenna Wilcox.
Now, if you're Fort Calhoun, if you get it up the sideline downtown to the hoop, you're not going to get much resistance now with 20 seconds left.
Massey's headed right downtown. She tries to drop it off for Ray, doesn't do it. Ray comes out of the scrum with it, puts it up, no good. Massey's follow, no good. Hallie Dolliver controls the rebound, and she is fouled, thrown to the ground with 7.8 seconds to go. It's an 11-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, when you look at the field goal percentage, 36% to 46%. Probably was a little bit higher yesterday for Fort Calhoun, but missing the Bunnies the second chance points. They've done a really good job of attacking the boards, right? As far as like when they miss and go get it, but you're not cashing in at a high enough rate. So now the reality is setting in for Fort Calhoun as far as, probably not going to come out with the victory. But I think that is the biggest difference between Malcolm and Fort Calhoun, making money around the hoop. Even the effort was valiant, very skillful team, great season. Upset of the tournament. Not all is lost for them. Young team as well.
Couple seniors enter the game for Fort Calhoun for the final 8 seconds of their college career. For the Pioneers, it is Sophie Weeks, a 5'7 senior, and Jovi Greiner, a 5'10 senior as well. Hallie Dolliver spins the ball at the line. Second free throw up and good. The lead now extended to 13 points for Malcolm, 72-59. Hallie Dolliver subs out, gets a big hug from her mom, Amber, along the sideline.
Yeah, good job there by Hallie. She's able to get to the state championship. Big task tomorrow, but I would tell you what, the confidence is riding high if you're Malcolm, going to take on Milford. And so it's going to be a battle of the best. Two teams that came in with a lot of, media attention and rankings. And so they're going to lock horns tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Here comes Hallberg into the front court. She's got to go quick. 5 seconds on the clock. Gets a screen. Throws it to the back-cutting senior. That is Greiner. She's unable to corral it, and that is how this one ends. 72-59. The Malcolm Clippers advance to the state finals tomorrow. We'll tell you more about that game. Wrap this one up after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Parents deal with a lot of what-ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what-ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology, on your side by your side.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college, helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
72-59, Malcolm takes down Fort Calhoun in the Class C1 girls state semifinals, setting up a heck of a rematch between the Clippers and the Eagles of Milford. That game will be tomorrow. We'll wrap this one up. Austin Orman and Jay Foreman here with you. Jay, a 13-point win for Malcolm. Final score probably a little bit more comfortable than the game itself. Malcolm got up by 15 in the first half. Fort Calhoun cut it to 5 at a couple different points in the first half, and then again they got it to 6 points or 7 points in the second half, but Malcolm ends up pulling away.
Yeah, it was a really good game there by Malcolm. Obviously, the Dolliver sisters are a problem. 31,
57 of the 72
points, 30 points, and 27 points. And then 57 points, they're hard to handle, but they got it with Wilcox and Dusek and Schmidt. They're a really good team, but you got to tip your hat to Fort Calhoun. They came and battled just a little too late. And the one thing about them is they have a style that could give Malcolm problems. Malcolm was just too good. And I think when you think about that, everybody looks at the end score was like, oh, they got blown out. No, this game was right down to the wire. It comes down to me when I look at it is free throw percentage was huge, Austin, and then turnovers and rebounds. Right, and that's where Malcolm really swung the game. 3-pointers were the same, and also Fort Calhoun was not very efficient around the hoop, but the size of Malcolm probably offset that.
I would say, Jay, too, the other part of it is having the best players on the court.
Yeah,
which the Dollar
significantly the best players.
Right,
yeah.
And that's not to take away from the great performances that the Massey had. 24 points, knocked down 3 of the 4 threes for Fort Calhoun. I thought Nelson was really good. The stats might not reflect it in the box score, but she sparked a lot of it. And also Ellefson, right, the leading scorer for Fort Calhoun coming into the game. But, Jay, when the game got tight, those couple of moments, Fort Calhoun was doing it more by committee. They weren't able to go to their best players and not hit the shots. I think about that first time in the first half. It gets cut to 8. Hallie Dolliver hits the step-back 3, gets the and 1 on the give-and-go out-of-bounds play, just like that, double-digit lead.
Yeah, it's hard to stop them, and they have like this little 6 sense to each other, right? Hallie Dolliver get it, and then there goes Peyton. And then Peyton, right from the get-go, was punching a hole in Fort Calhoun. Mm-hmm. They didn't see that yesterday with Lincoln Christian because Lincoln Christian is more systematic, right? Really good skilled, where you got the brute force of the younger sister of Hallie, and then you have the superior skill of Hallie, finishing off. And then they kind of went back and forth, and then you had timely threes by Dusek and Wilcox, and then Schmidt made a big three or a big basket. And then Johnson comes off the bench just right off the rip, just mid-range you to death. It was kind of a little bit too much for Fort Calhoun to handle.
Sure was. At the end of the day, it's a 72-59 win for Malcolm. Fort Calhoun on to the third-place game against Gothenburg tomorrow. For Jay Foreman, I'm Austin Orman. Stick with us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Got Class A and Class B action coming your way over the course of the afternoon. But for now, we'll send it back to 1040 Oak Street.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you